Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you guys had a good week of food, friends, family, and of course, football. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to First and 10 Minute Sports. We are going to be recapping Week 12 of the NFL, and I'm excited to show you all the greatest NFL news. First up, this week in NFL history. On November 25th, 2018, the LA Chargers quarterback, Philip Rivers, had an unbelievable day as he set an NFL single-game record of completing 25 straight passes in a row, leading to a 45-10 win versus the Arizona Cardinals. Next, on November 27th, 1966, at DC Stadium in Washington, in the highest-scoring NFL game with the teams combining for 113 points. Yep, you heard me right, 113 points. The Washington Redskins outraced the New York Giants in a track meet game of 72-41. Next, on November 30th, 1962, in Bessemer, Alabama, Bo Jackson was born. Bo was starting on the offense all 4 seasons at Auburn, which was the college he went to, which is quite a feat itself. After the 1985 season, Jackson earned votes to receive the Heisman Trophy and the College Football Hall of Fame. After his graduation, Jackson played pro football for the Los Angeles Raiders from 1986 to 1990. He also played Major League Baseball for 14 years. Happy 62nd birthday, Bo. Next up is Verse of the Week. This week's verse is James 1:12. It says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial." So if you're going through something difficult right now, put your eyes on Christ and trust in Him because He will bless you. Next up, we're going to be recapping the NFL of Week 12. So you guys know I'm a Seahawks fan, and I'm not saying this just to be biased, but in the NFC West, the Seahawks moved up 1 seat, and that was the only change out of all the NFL standings. But I would like to highlight some cool games. So this week, the Cowboys played the Commanders in Week 12, and it was a pretty good game. Came down to the wire, and like 3 minutes left, there were so many points scored. There was kick return touchdowns, there was fumble recovery touchdowns, there was so much good plays. But here is a video I'd like to show you of like a 100-yard kick return touchdown.
Ability to stop the clock, 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They can kick this thing deep.
Line drive to Turpin, and it bounces through his legs. Here he comes. KaVontae Turpin spinning 3. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. KaVontae Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dallas.
Another great game to highlight in Week 12 was pretty much an unforgettable one. So it was the Steelers versus the Browns. The Steelers were highly favored to win this game because they're a really good team this year. But the cool thing about this game is it was our first snow game of the NFL season. So what happened was from the first quarter to like midway through the third quarter, it was flurrying a little bit. Nothing crazy though. But from that point on, it just started dumping snow. And it was crazy. And the Browns ended up pulling out the win because the conditions that they were in.
Waitman to put it down. Boswell's kick, if you can find it, good luck, is good. Yeah, that's a good point. Very significant as they go with the win. Winston downfield, reaching up. Can he make the catch? Njoku. No, that is Blake Whitehurt. Sorry about that.
180. What's up?
From the 23, open, making the catch to the 5-yard line. Jordan Akins.
I'm so excited that now it's the time to talk about the NFL playoffs, and that's starting to come into the picture and everything. In the NFL, there's only been one team that's clinched a playoff spot, being the Chiefs, being 11-1. They've clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC. And the number 2 seed is the Bills at 9-2. Number 3 seed is the Steelers at 8-3, and number 4 seed is the Texans at 7-5. In the NFC, the Lions are the same record as the Chiefs, 11-1, but they have yet to clinch a playoff spot, but they are still the number 1 seed in the NFC. The number 2 seed is the Eagles at 9-2. The number 3 seed is the Seahawks at 6-5, and the number 4 seed is the Falcons at also at 6-5. In the hunt, we have the Ravens in the AFC at 8-4, the Chargers at 7-4, and the Broncos, surprisingly, at 7-5. And the NFC, the Vikings are in the 5 seed at 9-2. The Packers are in the 3 seed at 9-3, and the Commanders are in the 7th seed at 7-5. But there actually has been 2 teams that have been officially eliminated from the playoffs, being the Raiders at 2-10 and the Giants at 2-10. It'll be cool to see how all this plays out, but going into week 13, I think that the Jaguars and the Patriots will both be eliminated, as they're both playing pretty decent teams. I think that they're not going to make it to the playoffs, and that they're not going to make it to the playoffs, but they'll be officially eliminated at week 13. But I do think the Vikings will clinch a playoff spot, as they started the season undefeated, aren't undefeated anymore, but they still are a really good team. That's all for this episode. Thank you for watching First and 10 Minute Sports. It really is awesome. For all of you guys that have liked and subscribed, it means a lot to me. Thank you for all of you guys that have used code ASHER15 at Under Armour Athletics. They're having a big Black Friday sale. You gotta buy some cool stuff before all the sales stop. I've been recently thinking about pursuing a career in sports commentary, so let's see what God does with me. I pray that He'll use my talents for His glory. Well, I'm Asher. Stay low, hit hard, and God bless.